Hi, welcome back to Trading Show. I'm David. I'm joined with
JP. What's going on?
JP. We're going to do a name reveal one of these days.
Yeah.
What does JP stand for?
Let's make it a special event.
Yeah. It's not going to be as crazy as you think, I promise.
Seriously.
Man. You know, I saw Crypto Face went live today.
Did he? Oh, yeah.
He had a $4 million long. And if he would have stayed in a little bit longer, it would have reversed on him. And I don't know if he would have made money, but I think the last time I saw it towards the end of the stream, he was down like 9K or something like that, which is pretty good risk management for him. I've seen him lose a lot more money than that. But JP, we had a pretty big rally this morning, or a pretty big dump this morning. If we go into the 15-minute here on Bitcoin,
yep,
guys, we were trading above 70K at 5:15 a.m. this morning, and then just a massive dump from the high there to the low. We dumped 3.5% in a matter of 4 hours, a little over 4 hours. JP and I were actually just kind of brainstorming before the show, like what do we think happens with Bitcoin? I think Bitcoin rolls over. I don't know if JP thinks the same. 5-minute does maybe, if a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders here. I don't know. What do you think, man? What's your I know you say you don't like to do biases because you're a Zen, right?
I'm a Zen trader.
Zen master. But what's your feeling and thoughts on, one, the dump this morning, which, by the way, you hit that trade yesterday for the community. So we'll be giving away $50 to someone in the show today. So make sure you stick around. We'll pick someone, and then we'll ask you for your X handle, and then we'll reach out via DM, ask you for your USDT address, and then we'll send you your money. With that being said, what are your thoughts on the market move this morning? Do you think there's continuation to the downside? Do you think this relief rally is going to continue? What's kind of your thesis and your thoughts on the direction of the market right now?
Okay. Well, first of all, shout out to the community for the direction on the trade. That ended up working out. 15-minute time frame. We saw the descending triangle, which ended up turning into a bear flag and dumped overnight. And yeah, we patiently took our profits this morning. So shout out to the community for that. As far as the direction right now for Bitcoin, it depends on what we do in this range, right? So let's go to like a 10-hour range here on my chart. And what I have marked out here is our value area that we thought we left. You know, you see these candles, we left this area and got above the value area high. And this was that level that I was interested in, that 73,000, to 74,000 kind of level that I was looking for short, right?
You did.
If only if I followed my own TA. I'm really good at TA.
Is it funny how we do that? I do
right?
it too. Yeah, it's great.
I'm really good at TA, but sometimes late on trades myself. So maybe you guys can take advantage of some of this TA. Not financial advice, of course, but this is what the charts are saying. So since we got accepted back into the range, the next place for us to go is our point of control of the range, our POC. That's this purple line on my chart. That's basically the average.
That's where we're at, right?
That's where we bounce from. That's exactly where we are. Yes. That's where we are right now. What that is where most orders are. It's like the most average weighted area for price action is exactly where we are. So a few things can happen. We can chop up here for a while. We can get a bounce and go right back up and, to the next range higher than us, or we can come back down. And honestly, probability wise, we probably gonna go down, lose this range because that's the bigger move right now.
So you said we left the area, right?
We left the area temporarily.
So here's a scenario, JP.
Okay.
We hit the road. It's a boys' trip. We hit the road. No, excuse me. It's me, my wife, and my kids. We hit the road. We're on our way to California.
Okay.
Are we like, oh my God, we forgot the dog, we need to turn back around and then drive back to California? Or is it, oh, the kids are acting like a bunch of idiots, we're not going to California anymore, we're just going to go back home? Which one is it?
Right now, we went back home for sure. We forgot something. There's some unfinished business.
Okay, so you think it's gonna continue back to the upside then?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it depends on what happened in this range. Now, what I want to point to is when I called out that 73,000 level, I said we don't want to blindly short this, right? We want to look for the confirmation. Apparently that confirmation was on a 30-minute, man. I got to start trusting the 30-minute time frame more, because this shows the entire story. Check this out. Look at the move up. You know, we moved up, but what happened here on the momentum indicator? You know, it went down, right? We were going up. The momentum indicator came down as bearish divergence. It was clear. We had bearish div. And you also see, we also went the other way. We crossed the zero line and went down, and you see the decrease in money flow. It told the entire story. You know, it's just that they make it look so bullish at the time.
Yeah.
You know, I like the 30-minute for that confirmation. Once again, I was late on it, but it was right there for us.
Yeah, I mean, just look at that market cipher down there on your 30-minute time frame. You had lower highs, as you mentioned, bearish divergence, right, on momentum.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, I kind of said it. That's why I was making fun of Robin the other day. He's like, the bull market's back. Well,
not according to this right here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that red. Look at the consolidation right there. It looks bad. It looks very bad.
Now, do you think a local bottom's put in here, or do you think we should be hunting for a short right now?
Local bottom or short. So we have to look at some of the smaller time frames here. And this is the difficult part. You know, we've been dumping all day. Do we play that direction, you know, and keep going down? The charts say yes right now. I'm seeing the same exact pattern that we used for the community trade yesterday, right now on the 5-minute time frame.
I'm on the 5-minute too.
Yeah, I see another descender.
I think, I mean, I'm looking at my 5-minute here. We're seeing a little bit of a push to the upside right now. We have a high volume area on the chart at 68,375 that we've kind of briefly broken above on the 5-minute, but came right back down.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go ahead and put in a limit short order at 68,405 or 68,405. 68,405. Let's go 68,410. We're going to up the leverage to
limit short. Okay.
I don't know why I picked 84, but I want 84. 68,401, whatever. Enter short. Let's take our stop loss above our VWAP lower band here, which is at 68. Let's call it 68.5. 68.524. And let's take our TP down to this trend line here, 67,918. And let's see what kind of trade setup that would be. That would be around a 4-to-1 trade.
Nice.
So pretty damn good. We're seeing a little bit of a rally here out of Bitcoin. This is I'm on Bitunix on the 5-minute. So by the way, if you want to support the channel, you're looking for a great platform to trade on, Bitunix is a great one. Recommend you guys get an account, and then you can start trading with us as well. And so right now, here's a trade that I'm going to be entering. And I know yesterday I gave you guys a trade. I didn't get a chance to enter it myself because I was going through the charts. But I got my limit order in. I got a limit short for Bitcoin at $68,401. My stop loss is just above our VWAP lower band at $68,525. And my take profit is at kind of like a spike volume area at around 67,933. This is a 4-to-1 trade setup. We're looking for a quick scalp. And so that's a trade. I have it in here. I'm not going to touch it. If it doesn't hit and we fall below 68K, I'll cancel the trade and I'll move on to the next one. But this is kind of what I'm eyeing for an entry here. What are your thoughts on that, JP? And
it seems the most probable. I'm wondering if I should counter trade you just because. Somebody will win here.
That's fucked up, man. I thought we were a team, bro.
No, I'm sorry, man.
Just kidding.
But no, I don't see anything that makes me want to long this. But do you want a little bit of hope? Do you want me to show you a little bit of hope, maybe for any?
Yeah, why not?
Any delusional bulls out there?
Yeah, why not?
Let's look at the 2-week time frame.
Oh, that's super delusional hope. You're going 2 weeks, bro? This is a scalping show.
I'm going
what are you doing?
2 weeks. I'm sorry.
All right.
1 second. Thought I added it already. Hold on. Hours, months.
There you go, right there.
You see it?
They keep going.
Days, weeks. There you
One
go.
more down.
2 weeks. All right. There we go. 2-week time frame. And what I want to actually look at is our market cipher B. And just the fact that, we had how many? Let me get some of the stuff off the chart. How many weeks down? Remove it all. All right. So we had 1, 2, 3. So 3 2-week red candles in a row. So that's like more than a month,
6 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. 6 weeks. And look at the RSI completely oversold into oblivion. Let's look at the.
Let's go lower than that.
Yeah. Let's look at market cipher B. Check out these trigger waves from way back when. Look at the last time we were this oversold and we got that green dot, and look at the move up, and then look at this next one, completely oversold, green dot, major move up. And also notice that the VWAP was crossing over even while the money flow was coming down, like it looked so bad like it does now. And while the VWAP was coming up, check it out now. The money flow is still technically in the green now, but it is coming out, right? It's sliding out, the VWAP coming up. And we didn't get the green dot yet, but this could be another huge trigger wave to the upside. You could be finding some type of legendary bottom here. And that can even influence the smaller time frames, because the larger time frames are more powerful. It's kind of like that hidden force. It's like God of the charts. It can move those smaller time frames. So there's some delusion there to say that the bear market's over and take a legendary long.
I don't know if I do that right now, man. I think that's interesting. Okay, that was definitely a little hope there.
Yeah.
So are you see that you see that green dot? Are you just immediately putting it along?
No, so probably, honestly, yeah. Really? I will wait for that green dot. I mean, why not? I mean, look at history. Even when it kind of faked you out, you see it had green dot, red dot, green dot again.
What was the price action right there where it faked you out? All right,
let's do that. So that was 1/2/2023. Can I just let's see? Fake out was right here. Bring the chart down. Okay, look, that was a recovery for the that was actually the bear market low
of 2022
last time. Wow, look at that. 12/5/22. That was this price action right there. Doop. The exact bottom.
Yep.
Can you be a legend? Can you catch that exact bottom? Market Cipher says it'll give you a hint. Or it could just get a lot worse and put in
a red dot.
Get a lot worse and
do the impossible.
Yeah, not financial advice once again, and past performance is not future performance, so you never know. And also, I want to make this point, man. When Bitcoin makes major moves, is usually an anomaly. It's going to do something you don't think it's going to do. And that's to the downside as well, not just to the upside. You know, so anything can happen.
Yeah, I'm looking at Bitcoin on the 5-minute. It's volume is starting to increase here. I was looking at Heikin-Ashi. Heikin-Ashi looks like it's putting in more kind of solid bodied candles. There's a lot of dead wicks to the upside though, man.
Yeah.
I don't think this trade's gonna fill.
What is that? That was just wow.
I don't think my short's gonna fill.
It's just gonna go straight down.
It's at 68.4. Yeah. But the other thing I was looking at, JP, was a potential head and shoulders here if it were to come up. And at that point, I would have adjusted my limit order down a little bit.
Okay.
To not match this high here, which is at 455. I'm below the high, but I would like to be a little below the high.
Okay.
But
get on that right shoulder.
Yeah. So let's just say we missed that trade, right? Let's say I missed a trade. What are we waiting for here next? Do you think we get a double bottom here? In this range? And this was 67.8.
I don't think I observed. No, I'm kidding. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It doesn't look good, man. It doesn't look good. I'll tell you that much. Anything's possible.
So, okay. So if it doesn't look good, then we should be shorting, yes?
Yes, but I'm here just, offering ideas. I drew this possible slanted, inverted, complex head and shoulder.
What is that?
Look at inverted. Well, it's inverted because it's upside down. It's slanted because it's going sideways.
Correct.
But
what's complex?
It's complex because there's multiple shoulders there. Left shoulder, head. Yeah, it's like some type of quadruple. It's a thing though.
The Siamese head and shoulders.
Double
there
Siamese.
It is. Guys, we just came up with a pattern. The double Siamese inverse head and shoulders pattern.
I like that.
Make sure if you ever talk about it, give my boy JP some props. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
We should trademark that.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Double Siamese.
Double Siamese. Sure. But complex head and shoulder is a thing, though. That definitely is a pattern here.
Yeah.
That I'm showing that could play out and could not. I don't see any other confirmation though, so I wouldn't have any hope in this.
Okay.
Just ideas.
All right, I'm gonna quickly take a peek at the chat here. Say what's up, some people. We have shout out to Brokioshi, guys. If you're not subbed this channel, go sub this channel. We didn't hit the benchmark. We wanted to do a giveaway for that, but you can still go on and support our friend. I'm gonna go ahead and pin the comment. And the wet genie said, "I'm broke. I'm trying to get rich." All right.
Hey Gina, I would love to see the chat if at all possible.
Oh, that's
there we go. Yeah, let's see the chat.
Hey. The wet genie also said, "I'm invested in GameStop and AMC right now. I have a little in crypto, but not much."
Nice.
Rex wants to win the $50. We're just gonna have to wait. Carr said Russia's giving Iran the okay. It's talking about kind of macro events. Oh, he's saying, is it bearish that Russia's kind of giving China or Iran information? Maybe. One interesting thing I wanted to share, and you're a big macro guy, JP. Take a look at this. You figure with global conflict, we see a little more volatility, right?
Yes.
Take a look at this. It's from Kobayashi Letter. The market has never experienced anything like this. The S&P's trading range in the first 41 days of 2026 is just 2.7%, the narrowest range for this period on record, going back to 1928, so almost 100 years ago. This is also tighter than any Dow Jones trading range since 1896. Since before the Titanic sank. By comparison, during the 2008 financial crisis, the index traded within a 35% range. 2020 pandemic, 15% range. Even the calmest periods in the 50s and 60s saw higher volatility than today.
Wow.
We had crude oil up 16% on the day. It's at $91 a barrel. And so what do you make of that, man?
I'm gonna see that as indecision. It's indecision in the markets.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But does that mean that spring has been wound up so tight that once something happens, there is a catalyst, whether bullish or bearish, we either see a massive dump where we get the circuit breakers, or we see a massive rally where we can also potentially get the circuit breakers?
100%. I agree with you there. That's exactly what I was thinking. Is indecision. We're in a tight range, but we're kind of like, very, very compressed, right? It's a lot of built up like kinetic energy, or potential energy, and they can go either way. And you know what? They might have gotten us good, make the markets look good, for
pull the rug?
before the dump. Same thing with Bitcoin. They got a move up. Oh, we're trading bullishly for war. We're kind of on one. But then they dumping on us. So hard like we never seen before. It could be a narrative. What does
the Dow look like from a price action standpoint?
Yeah,
if you don't mind taking a look, or the S&P.
Yeah. So I'm actually looking at the Nasdaq right now. Is what I usually follow. Okay. And from a price, let's look at what the intraday is looking like right now. And check this out. Doesn't this look familiar? It looks just like Bitcoin, like that pattern I just drew. Look, remember a double Siamese? This is why I follow it. It's doing exactly what we're doing. Or are we doing exactly what they're doing? So it looks like that. It's bearish for the day. But from a macro, they are in a much different place from us because look, they never went into bear market lows. So they are still in the consolidation. Even looks bullish, man. It's like a big old bull flag. It looks like it's either going to break up with the AI rally continuing, or this is going to break down very hard and maybe put in a higher low from our April lows. That was the same time Bitcoin.
That would be nasty. If
that would be a nasty dump.
That would be very nasty.
But it will also be kind of natural too. Like you kind of need to have healthy consolidations as you're moving up. You see this big old rising channel,
Yeah.
It would be healthy. You could draw a fib on that, and buy some stocks at that time. But while we're here, I also want to show you Forex Factory, our economic data for the day. And there was a lot of folders, man. We had 5 red folders and 3 out of 5 were bearish. 3 out of 5. So some more employment numbers coming in. So there's average hourly earnings that came in like okay, just slightly good. Core retail sales is bad, but like kind of flat, not too much of a change as you can see there. Another non-farm employment change that came out really bad with forecast 58K, but the actual is 92K. Really bad there. Yeah, retail sales. Retail sales barely moved, and then we have an unemployment rate which is worse now. It went up by 0.1. Forecast 4.3 is actual is 4.4. So 3 out of 5 bad from that perspective. I never do trades based on that, but I know a lot of people do, so I keep it in the back of my mind, for perspective.
Beautiful. You got the liquidity thing pulled up? I like that.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the liquidity.
I would love to kind of show that every day on the show, man. If it's something you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
let's show them what's going on with liquidity. And the great thing about this service is that, look, it's not just Bitcoin. We can look at some altcoins too, by the way, if you ever want to. Solana, Ethereum, and
let's know where Bitcoin. And then can we look at Solana?
Sure. Let's do Bitcoin. Usually start on a 5-minute. I bet you we've been taking some liquidity. Yep, see that? Nice amount of liquidity there. So we're taking a little break right now, but if we keep dumping, if this dump plays out and your trade plays out, a good place to look for this to at least take a pause is 66,971. So basically 67,000. And then you get this little gap in liquidity. There's a little gap. We might consolidate again. And oh boy, we got so much liquidity below us. So liquidity is basically like, it could be a magnet for price, is fuel for the fire, but it doesn't necessarily have to take it. But as you can see, we're digging into that lower liquidity right now.
Is that 66.9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically 67,000.
Okay.
On the 5-minute. Now let's zoom out. Let's go to like 4-hour. Let's check that out. Let's look at a bigger type of view. You see, we were kind of eating some of that upward liquidity on the way up. 73,000. There were more there. This is a larger time frame,
right?
But you see us kind of like technically, a void now, and there's a lot of liquidity waiting for us around 62,000, and that'll bring us way down. I don't see hardly any breaks there, man. You're going sub 50K. All the way down, liquidity all the way down to 39,000, 40K.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's on the daily?
That's the 4-hour.
4 hour.
And now to give you the daily usually looks a little bit better for the bulls. So you can see we already been eating a lot of downward liquidity. And there's a little small local liquidity here, some shorts at 81,000. We could take that. It's very small though, right? The real main block is back up at 98,000.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so on the daily time frame, the likely places for us to go is either 98,000 or 60,000. Based on this chart and based on my analysis, the probable area is 60,000 first.
Before we get a rally up.
Yeah, and another thing about the liquidity chart is I said it's a magnet for price, but that magnet is like kind of weighted, depending on the liquidity. Like there's more concentrated liquidity in certain areas. That's why you see the yellow and the red and like the dark green. So like price is attracted to the more concentrated liquidity. But also the distance matters, so even if we have a lot of concentrated liquidity above us, like we do, it's so far away that the magnetization of the lower liquidity could be stronger just because it's proximity.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? So so that's where we are with that. And we could look at one of those alts if you want. You want
to or Solana?
Solana.
Right, unless there's one you were looking at that looked interesting to you.
No, I wasn't. So I'm really like a very blue chip, crypto kind of guy. I only really care mostly about the top 10, maybe top 20 at most. Bitcoin, Solana, Tron.
SHIB.
No SHIB. Zero SHIB. Nothing under 20. I really don't pay attention to any memes whatsoever. I'm a utility guy. So DeFi, anything like that, anything with actual purpose.
Yeah.
I'm bullish on crypto technology, blockchain technology more than I am like price actually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's look at Solana. Let's start small. Let's do 5-minute. Where's the liquidity? Okay, here we are. All right. So we started digging into the downside here this morning. We took 86,000. We took 84,000. We went down to 83,000. We're taking a break. We took out this little local liquidity. Sorry, 83. Sorry, 83,000. I'm on Bitcoin still. Sorry.
If it was 83,000, me and you would be in the Bahamas right now.
Literally. We would own something in the Bahamas. You know, I would own the Bahamas.
Nah, we'd be on a yacht doing tradings from the Bahamas, bro.
I would have my own island.
Yeah.
Okay. So we took out some local liquidity at 85, not 85,000, but 85. And as you see, the most likely place is just to keep taking the liquidity to the downside, man. And look at that concentrated liquidity at 82. You know, so let's zoom out. Let's do a 4-hour. Exactly in the middle of the range.
Now red, so the darker the color, the more.
Or more concentrated, the liquidity, yes. And that would make it more magnetized and more likely we would go there. So we're in the middle of the range. They're about equal distance. It looks more concentrated to the upside. So just if I were to do based on liquidity alone, I would say we more likely take out the top side liquidity based on this. But then you have to put other TA into consideration here, right?
Interesting. Okay, so let me pull up a Solana chart then.
Yeah.
Where art thou, Solana?
Honestly, I kind of like this structure a little bit. I kind of like these V's we're doing here.
I also like the V's.
You want V's, you don't want N's, you know? You want W's, you don't want M's, you know? You kind of...
You leave my mom out of this. I love my wife.
Sorry.
Just kidding. So try to have a little fun here, man.
Exactly.
Oh, this was a little bit of so I'm on the 15-minute Solana, a little bit of an evening star pattern here. The only thing I would say is that I guess gives me less confidence would be the volume. Typically, what I like to see is, I mean, this was a great setup though here, even for a quick scalp. We had a big move up on a rise in volume, right? This volume on this candle here on Solana, the 15-minute, it outpaced the previous 4 green candles on volume. We had a beautiful doji. We had our market cipher A reversal signal. And then we had a big-bodied red candle with, I think, 0 wicks to the upside. But look at the volume there. It's like no volume behind that move to the downside.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. And the next candle, the volume decreased again. So this to me looks like, from a volume perspective, JP, I think it's a fake out and it's going to move to the upside. This is a little bit of a bull flag as well here.
Oh, to the upside, really?
Yeah, this is a little bit of a bull flag here. If I'm
okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like to look at volume.
Yes.
Volume for me is the big thing. And it's funny because I didn't used to look into volume as much as I do now. But I think this is a little bit of kind of a bull pennant, a bull flag. If we draw our fit from the low to the high,
yeah.
Let's see if we're catching any support. We're making our way above our 236 level now, right? Oh, here's some confluence here.
Like
84.
Nice div, but we got the move. But what you got?
Right there. You have your VWAP and you also have your midline there on the fib retracement. Your 50 line, your 50% retracement. 84.77. If I was looking for a directional trade here, well, things considered like Bitcoin, what's the price action, what's the overall sentiment of the market?
Yep.
I think I'd be happy to long Solana here, but I don't even think it'll get down there.
Check out my chart. I'm showing the same exact chart you're showing, but on liquidity. Check it out.
Can we put them side by side? Is that possible?
That is possible. I will have to.
I was asking Gina, but I guess if you can do it, great.
If this is the latest Windows, you usually can. Let me see. What if I did like? It's giving me a hard time.
It's all good.
Maybe Gina could do it.
You're good.
Yeah. If it was, I can't do it. But so there is some. I mean, barely some local liquidity above us, but you see the majority of it, I don't think so, but you see the majority of it is below. But price is funny. Sometimes it'll literally go up and just take out that little bit of local liquidity, or even it'll build. So liquidity is not a static chart. It kind of builds as people speculate. You know, the more people that short this, the more liquidity is going to build
there
above
we go.
us.
Look at that, Gina.
Yeah. Nice, Gina. Okay, liquidity versus trading view here. Okay. I like it.
So interesting. So that 50% level there at 84.77, is there any in terms of liquidity, anything sitting there that you think could cause a bounce there from just a
now 50% level? You saying from this move up? Like kind of right. Like if I drew a box like that, and this is technically TradingView built in, so I should be able to do the same things here. Like put a little those halfway point. Where's that at? Coordinates. I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
But basically, yeah, halfway. I could draw a line.
If a price helps you, it's 84.77.
Okay. Okay, 84. Yeah, we're pretty close right now. 84. Here you go, 77. Right there. That's the halfway line. Although it doesn't look like it. I guess I put the wicks in with it. It's probably something more like that.
I put the wick in.
You did put
I measured.
Oh, you know what? I'm
wick.
missing the top wick. That's why. That's why it didn't look so even. Okay, so basically somewhere there, 84.7. Is there any liquidity to kind of back that up?
Isn't that where that gap is?
Yeah, we're just in the gap right now. What if I go to a smaller time frame though? Will it show me some more? There we go. Yeah, look at. I see a little bit to the upside. There's nothing kind of in that range of that 50% line though. Yeah. It's weird. You get kind of, so when you zoom in and out, it's almost like microscope zooming in and out how much, liquidity you get in there. But yeah, nothing in our range. I was all below, mostly below. This looks, if you were to do this, if you were a heavy liquidity guy, you would be looking to short this, if that was, your main measure. I use multiple measures, so I would never just blindly, not blindly. So it's not blindly, but unilaterally.
That is a hard word to say.
Yes. Trade based on liquidity alone. What I like to do is, if I already see confluence among other indicators, I'll use liquidity as like where I think price will stop, a good place to take profit. So like, for example, if I was going to take this short, look at the profit, I would go down to 80, exactly 80.339 on Solana, or maybe even front run that. And also that could be a good place to get into a long. You sweep the liquidity and then you have more liquidity to the upside.
Yeah. Bitcoin, I'm just as you're going through your stuff, JP, I'm trying to keep my eye out on kind of, I guess specifically more Bitcoin, see if I can get my trade in here. But Bitcoin could be, well, not really. I mean, I was like, maybe this is a morning star, but then again, this wasn't really a move to the downside. I will say that the 15 minutes kind of in a more of a falling channel than anything rising.
That's brutal.
Here's your 5 minute. 5 minutes saw a nice V-shaped recovery. It's just I think we're in too tight of a range for me to make money. Unless we're at the top end of the range. I mean, let's see how big this gap is, right?
So you're trying to like super scalp it, like within the pattern, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to scalp this range right here.
Yeah.
Which is a 0.6% range, which I'm happy with.
Gotcha.
So let me go ahead and put my limit order back in.
Okay.
68,374. This is, what am I on, the 1 hour? Let's go to the 15 minute. 68,374. Stop loss above VWAP.
Ooh.
We'll go 68,525. 537. That's a pretty tight stop loss. And TP was 67.9, you said, right?
Oh yeah.
Or 66.9. It was 66.9.
Well, I have to look. I was just
I'm pretty sure it was 66.9.
Okay.
From what we saw and what you kind of talked about.
Yeah. I just went through so many numbers, man. I'm not sure what we left that off on.
We're confusing ourselves here. So, this is, I mean, I think this thing is gonna break. Yeah. This thing's gonna have a pretty big break here soon, in my opinion. And my bet is it's a break to the downside. Mm-hmm. I just hope I get tapped in before so we can catch the majority of this move. This is a nice 10-to-1 trade here. Stop loss is fairly tight, which if we get tapped in and we continue, I might move this up and to maybe cover the high we had here to 68.7. But we'll just kind of stay nimble, and that's what I like to do is just stay nimble and kind of. If it goes against me in the very beginning, I'm willing to give myself a little more room to run to see if I'm right. Now there is a level in my mind that I'm not willing to give myself room past that level.
Okay.
Because past that level, if you give yourself room, now you're just crossing your fingers, closing your eyes, and hoping it works out.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do that, right? We don't want to hope trade.
Exactly.
We want to. What's the opposite of hope trade?
Trade the probability.
We want a probability trade.
High probability trade. You know.
So that's kind of what I'm looking at, man.
I'm just almost to play devil's advocate, looking at a possible bullish scenario just in case, right? You know, a lot of the, the way I learned is, a bullish case, a bearish case, and then you kind of like plan either way just in case,
Yeah.
And I'm looking at a 2 hour. What about this 2 hour?
Green dot.
Fresh green dot. I like the RSI. Check out that nice, pointing to the upside, and you have the little blue line crossing the orange there. If one to consider a trade like this, the stop loss will be beyond this red wick, and maybe even under the 200, in a 2 hour. It's very extended, So the thing about probability is that it's very time frame dependent, So your trade can play out perfectly fine within that range, in that 5 minute. But if one were to take this 2 hour trade, they could also make money here. So I'm not calling the trade. I'm kind of just looking at the idea. It's very extended. You could get some type of left shoulder, head, right shoulder back to the upside. Anything is possible here. But I've seen this before.
You know what I'm seeing too on that one, JP? I'm seeing a potential bear flag.
Potential bear flag on this chart, the 2 hour?
2 hour, yeah.
Yeah, I see that too. That could be a little bear flag building right there. If the fake people out like me looking for the bullish case,
So if that pans out, if a bear flag pans out on the 2 hour, which we've turned red now, we have confluence at 69,480. That's $1,500 away.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I got a feeling in my gut we're gonna dump. I just got a feeling,
Yeah. Well, how much weight do you put on that feeling? How important is intuition in trading?
I did the Zen thing.
Breathe in.
I'm kidding. I'm so bad at that. I tried to meditate one time. I drove myself crazy.
You should do it, man. I think it's very important to have a clear head and mind.
My brain is always like fireworks in there, bro.
Yeah.
But if it's quiet for like a minute, I start panicking.
Yeah. Exercise is good for that. Working out.
Definitely work out a lot.
Good one.
Fucking Gino. All right, man. I think we're done. Let's give away $50. One of you pick out a name in the chat.
Okay, let me see the chat, please. Okay, let's see.
Don't pick any blue names.
No blues.
No blue
okay.
names. Yeah.
All right, who wants it? Come on, get involved. Anybody want some money? Was anybody here yesterday for the trade? And thank you, Phil Shaw. Hey, I got some good people in here, man.
I don't see anyone. I don't remember anyone that was in here yesterday.
Anybody want some money? Can we spam the chat? Let us know you're here.
Who's Phil? Is he one of your people?
That is one of my people. So a lot of people, I almost feel like that would be a conflict of interest. It would be dishonest of me to give them money.
A friend.
But yeah, so a lot of people have like Discord friends that they game with and stuff like that. I have Discord friends that I trade with. We just that's my crew.
How about we give it to the Wet Genie?
Shout out to Crypto Dad. Wet Genie?
Yeah.
What a name. Okay.
Yeah, the Wet. Yeah, I mean.
Shout out to Anthony. We see you.
Yeah, why don't we give it to the Wet Genie?
Okay.
The Wet Genie said they're broke. They're trying to get rich. Okay. Then they said they have a little in crypto. So it looks like they got a couple toes in the crypto pond.
Okay.
Maybe this will get them to put their entire foot in.
Well, shout out to Wet Genie. Congratulations.
All right, and I know I literally told you to pick a name, and I picked one. So my bad.
I'll pick the next one. We should do it again. I like that. That was a
Yeah, we
good idea.
should. We just need to. But here's what I want to do too, though, JP, is because yesterday's people obviously we don't like recognize any names. Let's try to get trades, and this one was on me because I kind of threw it out there. Let's try to find trades that we can close out before the show's over.
Exactly, yeah.
So
1 minute time frame,
super
basically.
scalp, yeah.
I gotcha.
So we'll do that, and we'll do definitely one next week, but we'll have a kind of a better guidelines on how, so we can make sure that the show, the trade is closed prior to the show being over. So the people who voted and who got the direction correct are the ones who could potentially benefit and profit. So the Wet Genie, if you're still here, put your X handle in the chat. I will DM you on X from our Sin City crypto handle. I'll ask you for your USDT address and I'll send you $50. If you're not here, I'll give you till Monday. Reply after the show is over. Go in the comment section and comment your X handle. All right? If you comment your X handle by Monday, I'll give it to you. If not, we'll just give it to someone else. And so, yeah, man, that's all I got. You got
Sounds good. We appreciate you. No, everybody.
Any plans for the weekend?
All right. I'm going to San Diego. Yeah. I'm going to California.
You're driving?
I'm driving. Yeah. Going to see some family, my girl's family, you know, it's a family thing. Nothing too crazy. I'll be back Monday.
Okay. All right. My dude. I just.
How about you?
There was one San Diego trip when my kids were really little, and it was 7-hour bumper to bumper traffic. One of them shit himself in the car and wouldn't stop crying. It was an absolute fucking disaster.
Wow.
So this weekend, my kids got a soccer tournament, and I got to finish getting taxes done. So, yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. Taxes are so much fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday.
Peace.
Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Take care.